If you've never read this book that I'm about to review, a word of advice: don't think about it too hard. Today's book review is on another children's book, though it's not a children's picture book this time, it's a children's chapter book. Sideways Stories from Wayside School by Louis Sachar. I think that's how you pronounce his last name, but I'm honestly not sure. We'll say it's Sachar. Louis Sachar is an excellent children's / young adult fiction writer, and if you haven't read any of his books, then I would recommend that you find some. The Wayside School series is excellent, of course. There's also Holes, and There's a Boy in the Girl's Bathroom, all three of which are on my favorites list. So as the title suggests, these are the stories of the children that attend Wayside School, and Wayside School is just like an ordinary school, except the building made a little mistake when he built it. He was supposed to build a school that was 1 story high with 30 classrooms. Instead, he built a school that was 30 stories high with 1 classroom on each floor. He said he was very sorry. This book follows the students on the very top floor, the 30th floor. There are a lot of things about these stories that are really very unusual. For example, the original teacher of the 30th story, Mrs. Gorf, liked to turn her students into apples. Also, in addition to building the school sideways, the builder also forgot to build a 19th story. So there is no 19th story in Wayside School. Miss Zarves teaches on the 19th story. There is no Miss Zarves. But amid all the craziness and the silliness and all this stuff that you really don't want to think too hard about, you find pretty accurate caricatures, if that's not a contradiction in terms, of students that we've all encountered. You've got the kid who always got into trouble, no matter how good he tried to be. You've got the guy who's always smiling and always seems to be happy about something. You've got the girl who hates everybody. And of course, you've got the 3 kids in class who have the same first name. It's fun to read because on the one hand, it's so silly and ridiculous, but on the other hand, there's a whole lot in there that you can relate to. That you kind of find yourself nodding your head and thinking, yep, I know that kid. The other 2 books in the series are fun to read too, but I'm not going to get into those because I'm going to be reviewing all 3 of them on Banking 8408 at some point. And Louis Sachar is also one of those authors that kind of makes everything connect, that mentions these stray puzzle pieces just in passing and then they connect to something else later, and it's just kind of fun to find all of those. So Sideways Stories from Wayside School, it's a fun book to read, especially if you've ever taught or learned in a public school. With that, I will leave you all to think about the missing 19th story and the mysterious Miss Zarves. Bye-bye.